What's going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to round 3 for my locals this past weekend. On the feature today, we've got Invoked Despia Shaddoll versus Guru Control. Now, I know the last 2 rounds have been a little bit rough, a lot of learning to be had from them, and they've both featured Invoked Shaddoll, and today's your 3rd day in a row seeing Invoked Shaddoll deck on the feature. I do apologize for that. There is no Invoked Shaddoll in the next round, so you guys have that to look forward to. At least no normal summon of Alistair. But while these guys roll some dice here, let's take a look at the poll results for this match. I asked you guys who you thought would win in the community tab. Just a little over 400 votes as I'm recording right now. 59% saying Despia Shaddoll would win, while only 41% saying Guru Control would win. And let's see if you guys are correct. I believe you guys were correct the past 2 days this week, so let's see if you can go 3 for 3. Our Invoked Shaddoll player is going to lead with a copy of the Alistair the Invoker. Yes, everybody's favorite normal summon. 3 days in a row. Adding Invocation, linking for Majesty Maiden, and then going into basically, you know, that classic 1-card Mechaba. I actually still can't believe that Alistair is a 1-card Omni-Negate that gives you a normal summon back in your hand for next turn. I actually just still can't believe that fully, but luckily, he doesn't have much else to do other than set one and pass. Now, I know there are some Despia cards in this build, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I haven't read a single Despia card up until today. So if I'm a little foggy on what some things do, give me a pass if you can. But we're going to see our Guru players start with Pot of Duality, revealing Extravagance, Summon Limit, and Solemn Strike. Now, if I'm the Guru player, I'm taking Solemn Strike here because that's kind of a very slow and direct out to Mechaba, because at some point you're going to make them use the Mechaba, and Solemn Strike is going to shut it down and remove the body 100%. But if you need more engine cards, like a deck like Guru typically does, because it oftentimes, you know, with control decks in general, have a hard time at constantly recurring advantage turn after turn, so draw power is very, very helpful to do so. So I can see why taking the technically dead Extravagance this turn might be a little bit better, because he does have a few set cards here, so the strike might not be needed as well. Also, floodgating here with the Necro Valley is going to be very good to help make cards like Invocation less effective. But we're going to see Alistair get normal summon, and he's going to flip up Skill Drain. Good old Skill Drain. Gotta love to see Skill Drain. Honestly, I think Skill Drain is one of the more fair floodgates, at least that I've seen in recent times, at least compared to, like, there can be only one. But Skill Drain, he'll pay 1,000, make it so Alistair cannot be activated. And luckily, Invocation is going to be able to play around the Necro Valley here by fusing from hand and field. But there can be only one, making it so that he cannot control 2 Mechabas here. And he's going to have to pass turn. Only control 1 machine-type monster. And he'll swing in for 25, and that'll do it. And our Guru player leading with Extravagance, as expected, hoping to dig 2 cards deep here. Extra deck literally doesn't matter to him right now, so just going to hopefully draw into some more engine. Looks like he drew into a Solemn Judgment and I think a Subterror monster. Cannot really tell which one it is, but if you can get the final battle established with Hidden City and Guru, this game might just be as good as over. We're going to see him attack with the Nemesis Archer, and he's going to use Final Battle in the damage step to make it so Nemesis Archer's attack and defense becomes its combined attack and defense. So he'll be able to punch over for 500 as that monster goes up to 3k in the damage step. Set another card, which we know is Judgment currently, and he'll pass turn back to our Invoked Despia player. And we'll see if he's able to navigate this rather difficult board right now of Necro Valley. There can be only one and Skill Drain, and it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do too much right now other than just pass the turn over to our Guru player, who is going to start with the final battle, probably making it so his Subterror cards cannot be negated this turn. At least I would imagine that would be what's happening here, as we see him commit the normal summon to Subterror Fiendus. And we're going to see a Super Poly on activation here, discarding, I believe, one of the Despia spells or branded spells, and going in for Muddy Muddragon. Or not Muddy Muddragon, Muddragon of the Swamp. I get them confused sometimes. They're both mud dragons that exist inside of a swamp. And it looks like the Super Poly will do a great job at ending our Guru player's turn. Of course, Judgment not being able to do anything about the Super Poly. But we're going to see our Despia Shaddoll player start with Branded Opening. It says discard a card, then take one Despia monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it in defense. Also, this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion monsters. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of a restriction, right? But not really so much for a deck like Invoked, Shaddoll, Despia. All three archetypes revolve heavily around fusion summoning. But we're going to see him normal summon the star of the show from Dawn of Majesty, Aluber, the Jester of Despia, which says if it's normal or special summon, he can add a branded spell trap from his deck to hand. But of course, he will not be able to do that right now under skill drain, so he's just going to go ahead and swing in for 18 and 19 alike and pass turn. Our Guru player only on 800 life points here. If he can't get any bodies on field, it's just going to be skill drain beatdown. And that'll probably actually spell a very quick end to this game one here because Guru is just not able to get over these monsters, getting themselves so low in life points. But we'll see if he is able to turn it around here. Without that skill drain, without that Tikaboo, the pace of the game would probably be a bit too much for Guru to keep up, honestly. That's why the deck plays Floodgates. But now we're going to see him normal summon the copy of Fiendus. It'll set itself and bring out Guru from hand. And now we're going to see him use the field spell Hidden City to flip up the Guru. And Guru will trigger to search Subterra Cave Clash. Cave Clash is giving Guru a 500 attack boost because he controls a set monster, putting Guru up to 2100 attack. Eluber only having 1800, and again, Muddy Mud Dragon only having 1900. So this is that simplified game state coming in very clutch. This is where the Subterra deck can strive really, really well here. Just so long as you can obviously keep some bodies on field to prevent from getting beat down just by easily summonable big boss monsters that necessarily don't need their effects to be able to control the pace of the game. So we'll be able to run over the Eluber for 300 damage, and he'll get to add one back because of Cave Clash, and he adds back a Fiendus, which is really strong. We're going to see him activate Meltdown here on the start of our Invoked Shaddoll player's turn. And we know he has Judgment here, but does he want to drop himself down to 400? And think about it. Judgment at this point, only pay 400 to negate a spell or trap. Pretty strong the less life points you have. That's the one thing about Judgment, is technically it's never dead. And that's why it's so incredibly good. And we're seeing that here right now. It says, you know what? I'll drop myself down to 400. You've got to be able to game me right here. Otherwise, you know, it's going to go back to me, and we're going to continue to gain more advantage and make it so you cannot play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So Meltdown goes to the grave. And at 7,200, with a couple cards in, not much else he can do. He's going to read the Final Battle. And with Final Battle and Guru and Hidden City up, like, it's going to be very hard to get in damage whatsoever. We're going to see Hidden City activate on the attack declaration of Mud Dragon, flipping up a set Subterra monster and negating the attack. And then we're going to see activate Final Battle, which I can only imagine is going to make it so Subterra effects cannot be negated. That way his Guru will be able to activate Booking itself and the Mud Dragon. And then on his turn, he can go ahead and start with the Final Battle again, making it sure all of his Subterra cards cannot be negated this turn. And the Guru will flip up unimpeded, adding a copy of Umastrix. So he's definitely going to try to apply some pressure this turn. He's going to use Fiendus effect to set itself face down. That'll trigger the Umastrix to get summoned. In defense, Hidden City will flip it face up. And he'll be able to banish the Mud Dragon still because, again, this turn, Subterra cards, their activated effects cannot be negated. So Skill Drain will not stop the Subterra Umastrix from banishing this turn. And then he's going to swing in for a whole load of damage. It would be game here if you could use the Cave Clash effect, or not the Cave Clash effect, but the effect of Final Battle again. But of course, he's already exhausted at this turn. And then he'll be able to reset the Umastrix, set one more card, and pass it back over to our Invoked Despia player, who's going to start with the Shaddoll Fusion. And probably hoping this can resolve here to at least do something. But he's got another Solemn Judgment. We'll pay down to 200. And that is going to signal the end of Game 1. And as we head into Game 2 here, I want to mention a quick shout out to Imperium Duelist. If you guys are looking for some high quality TCG accessories, definitely check them out at the link below. They sell all sorts of amazing stuff. Deck boxes, binders, playmats, and more. And you can get all of their items for 10% off using my discount code WinnerKills10off, and you support the channel in the process, so definitely check them out. And if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please do not forget to use my affiliate link. All you have to do is shop and check out using that link, and a small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back into the channel, and it does help out a ton. So Subterror being made to go first here in Game 1 or Game 2, which, you know, I normally would say doesn't make sense, but it definitely does make sense. If he's got a lot of back row hate and mass removal in the side deck, letting the opponent set up first as much as possible to try and blow them out is definitely going to be the move. Because a lot of your in-engine cards, I feel like, in the Invoked Despia Shaddoll deck, like Winda, you know, some of those big game-ending cards really don't have much of an impact here. So we're going to see him activate Hidden City. He gets ashed, and he's going to set the Guru, probably is Guru, and set 3 cards alongside of it. And now we're going to see him, or it's probably not Guru, because he could have flipped it up technically with the Hidden City, I believe. But either way, our Invoked Despia player is going to start with Lightning Storm, huge card to start the turn off with here. And we're going to see him chain Cave Clash, or not Cave Clash, keep calling it Cave Clash, Final Battle, and Metaverse. Metaverse will add Mystic Mind to hand, and he's going to activate the effect here, I can only imagine, to make it so Subterror cards cannot have their effects negated, as all the spells and traps he controls gets destroyed by a Lightning Storm. We'll see him activate Meltdown into Alistair, into Invocation. Things looking pretty solid here to start for Invoked Despia player. Maybe we'll be able to get a foothold in this game here, so long as his opponent doesn't have some of those gnarly floodgates that he did last game. I mean, Skill Drain basically, I think single-handedly was the reason he was able to win that last game. Not being able to out-skill drain just proved to be a huge problem, especially with Final Battle in the mix. But he will be able to establish Mechaba here, and he'll go into the battle phase to attack into what looks to be a set Fiendus. So no Guru here, which is good for him. And we're going to see him activate Mystic Mind. He's going to fire the Mechaba immediately on that pitching Shaddoll Fusion. And he's going to go ahead and follow it up immediately by playing Hidden City. So, I mean, I don't know if technically he could have, like, waited, you know, to, like, out the Mystic Mind later. Because I don't think our Guru player could have done much if, you know, he just left with the Mystic Mind. Because he couldn't set Guru because the Mystic Mind would die in the end phase. And I assume he's got Lightning Storm in the main. He has other methods of spell trap removal. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I don't typically like Lightning Storm for back removal this format. I mean, I get why going second, it's a great blowout card, but like anytime after turn 1, Lightning Storm is not favorable because you can't have any face-up cards in order to use it. And if you're trying to win the game, you know, you're probably going to have face-up cards at some point. So I think Cosmic and Twin Twister probably do the job a little bit better here, but you know, it is what it is. Mystic Mind has been cleared, and that card is a big threat at the end of the day, no matter what deck you're really playing. Because, you know, worst comes to worst, it could go to a deck out which nobody wants to see. But Guru Hidden City is established, which is where our Guru player wants to be. Now try to slowly, you know, bring the pace of the game down to where, you know, the deck can handle. So we're going to see Guru book itself and Mechaba. He's going to flip up the Mechaba to start his turn, and then he'll normal summon Eluber, the Jester of Despia. I almost said Desper of Despia again, because I get these words mixed up. But he'll be able to add a branded spell or trap from deck to hand. And we'll see which one he's going to add here. Could go for the field spell, and it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. I can see into the future. Despia, Theater of the Branded. He's going to go ahead and activate that. It says, during your main phase, you can fusion summon one level 8 or higher fusion monster from your action deck using monster from your hand or field as fusion material. And if a face-up non-fusion fairy monster control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect or is destroyed by battle, you can turn one level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can use the effect of Despia, Theater of the Branded once per turn. So bring back Mechaba, can bring back Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. But he is going to go for the Despian Queraritus, which I probably butchered that, but Despian Queraritus, I think, is the name. So during the main phase quick effect, you can change the attack of all monsters currently on the field to 0 until the end of the turn, except level 8 or higher fusion monsters, which isn't going to do too much good here because Guru is set. But we're going to see him attack into the Guru. It's going to flip up. He'll attempt to activate. He's going to try to Ash, and he will Fiendus in response, flipping the Guru back down. But he'll still be able to resolve that search of any Subterror card. Subterror card from deck to hand. For a second, I was like, does Guru add any Subterror monster, or is that any Subterror card, period? Could you only imagine if Hidden City was a Subterror card, too? That would be something else. But we'll see him add the Fiendus. And now we're going to see the Queraritus attempt to attack into the set monster, as Mechaba has already tried to do it once. And yeah, that attack will go through, because he can only... I mean, he could negate an attack here, but I don't think it really makes too big of a difference. He has Necrovalley in hand, another Guru, and another Fiendus, which is really, really strong. But he does have to worry about playing through an Omni Negate. And either way, we'll see him, looks like going to potentially normal summon Guru here again. You know, he could use Fiendus as the normal summon to bring back the Guru, get a little bit more value, but that makes his play that much more vulnerable to Mechaba, which, you know, at our perspective, you know, we know he doesn't have a monster negate technically because he only has an invocation in hand. So that technically that higher ceiling play could have gone through here, but, you know, hindsight is 20/20. We're going to see Guru flip itself down alongside the Queraritus. He'll flip back up the Guru for the effect of Hidden City. And then Guru will add Subterror Final Battle. Slowly setting up that lock that he wants, slowly but surely. You know, having a Final Battle, Guru with a Fiendus, and, you know, why not just top it off with another Floodgate field spell in the form of Necrovalley. But we're going to see our Invoked Despia player attempt to not let this go through, which he could Fiendus. And it looks like he is going to do just that. Luckily, Fiendus does not negate and destroy, which for the longest time I thought it did. But he'll pass turn there. Invoked Despia starting off by flipping back up the Queraritus. And, I mean, you got to just try to apply some pressure here. And he's going to attempt to do just that by attacking with the Mechaba into the set Guru. And looks like he's going to flip up the Guru, obviously, as it is being attacked. It's going to attempt to add a Subterror card here, but I think they're, at least my guess, they're trying to figure out, you know, is this in damage calc yet, or is this just solely on attack declaration? Damage, step, and calc all can be very confusing, but it looks like once the search goes through, he can use the damage calcable effect of, because it modifies attack and defense, of Final Battle to make it so he'll take 900 damage here, because Guru's defense will be boosted up to 3,400. And our Despia Shaddoll player deciding that there's not much else he can do here other than just pass, wants to read Final Battle one more time. And our Guru player will draw for turn, picking up what looks to be another Hidden City. Guru will start by attempting to book itself and Queraritus. But I mean, unless he wants to negate it here with Guru, which would be pretty strong. But Final Battle is in play too, so that's going to be easier said than done. So Guru will successfully get flipped face down alongside Queraritus. And he could make some decent plays here too, because, you know, he can go ahead and get Nemesis Archer off of this Guru to potentially shuffle back that Queraritus back into the deck. But Aluber does have a graveyard effect that says, if a face-up fusion monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, well, this card is in your graveyard. You can target one effect monster your opponent controls, special summon this card, and if you do negate that target monster's effect until the end of this turn, you can only use one Aluber the Jester or Despia effect once per turn, and only once that turn. Honestly, it's a pretty decent effect, but it's not going to come up here at all. At least I don't think so. We're going to see him activate Cave Clash. Mechaba will decide to negate by pitching a spell. And he's going to flip up Guru here. And he's going to go ahead and add the Nemesis Archer, which again, you know, he could use Aluber here once the Archer shuffles it back in. But again, like, Nemesis Archer's already done its job. And he's going to clear the Queraritus, and then the Guru will be able to get over the Mechaba with the help of Final Battle, and he'll pass turn there. And he also can't even use Aluber because of its Necrovalley. And he draws Skill Drain for turn, as our Invoked Despia player unfortunately has to pass. He's going to go to the battle phase, swing in for 16, and then 34 from the Guru. Next up, a final battle. He'll set the skill drain, which is probably going to put the final nail in the coffin here. Draws into Beast. He has Lightning Storm in hand, but it's not going to help his situation very much. So if you guys would like to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up on the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a big thanks goes to all of the YouTube members that support this channel, and a huge thanks goes to our Divine Level channel members who will go above and beyond to support, and they are Cadillacs84, Pony Stark, and Keith Stidgers. Thank you guys so much, as always.